I did all my chores today. Did a little bit of extra stuff. You don't want it? I did mine. My son's spending the night at my mum's. They had a good afternoon. Mrs. Panz is out with one of her friends. And so we had daddy-daughter that day, and we did cooking and went to the shops and got nice food. So now I get to play games early. Yeah, we made waffle dough for tomorrow. They're going to be amazing. Preoccupied. She's just hanging out with the Doges. They'd normally be asleep by now anyway, but it's school holidays for this week. She's probably just staying up late. So I guess now we're just looking for 4-link stuff. Wait. Oh, Panz. How do I turn the... Did I pick that up? I did. Okay, good. I'm going to use that.
Our garden swells with life.
Alright, we'll go in the garden. Yeah, no more procrastination, Tita.
Have you ever considered trading the sword for a plow, Exile? Have you ever considered trading the sword for a plow? You cannot pay the
I have
road
not
with
considered
just
trading the
one
sword for the
stone.
flower. I can't be bothered fighting these. I just don't want to. Let's just stockpile some seeds up. Oh, nice, it does that for me. Have you ever considered playing Farmville instead of Shabby? No. Oh, so there is loot. Why do I keep pushing that button? Panz, have you ever considered not pushing the wrong button? For some reason I'm pushing S. I don't know why. So I ended up winning that last run of... I wanted to do an extra run in Monster Train last night. We ended up winning it, so we're on a 3-game streak. We had average units. We just made the most of it. It was pretty good. Do I want to put this in? I know what I want to do with this. I'll put an essence on it and... Is that Wave of Conviction? Something needs a green. Ball lightning gets slower projectiles. Do I have slower projectiles? Slower projectiles from Siosa. Okay. Maximum energy shield. Actually, let's put these where they belong. Essences can have that color. Why not? Dexterity? No. Fire resistance? Eh. Energy shield? Sure. Oh, life? Yeah, right. That looks good. Oh, plus we're trading cold resistance, which we have heaps of. How do I want to do this? I want those ones, I think. No, I want the ball lightning ones, didn't I? Spellslinger, ball lightning, control destruction. We'll go get slower projectile, and then you can have your Spellslinger with wave of conviction, which also gets controlled destruction. Added lightning at the moment, but we can go get physical to lightning from Siosa as well. Which means I'm going to need to take some of these, and I'm probably not going to be able to afford them. That's going to suck. I had... Oh, hatred. I wouldn't have used that anyway.
I have seen the look. Go where you are needed.
I don't know why I've still got those. He's going to charge some of those that I don't have, I think. Let's just take the stuff. I'm pretty sure he takes something like that. Library.
May reason.
Slower. Oh. What does it require? 52 dex. How much dex do I have? 32 dex. Okay, there's a problem there. What else did I want from the other one? I probably should have bought the other one instead. Fizz to lightning.
It's so good.
I think that's a blue. Okay, so that's fine. So we need to get that 52 dex up to go in there. What can I put in there instead? Swift assembly. Does it do anything for those? Ball lightning. No, it doesn't do anything for those. There's no point. I'll work out something.
Fortune favor you.
Alright. So we'll probably stick with that for a while then. How do I get the dex up? Is there a dex node? Oh, there we go. There's one right there. So we'll take that and then I can put the gem in. Alright, sounds good. Ah, this is great.
How do I keep ending up in such lovely places?
Something's not working. And lightning wasn't triggering, that's why that other thing took like 3-4 shots. Deshret, where are you? I want your banner. Take that dex node. Yeah, there we go. That got destroyed. That was good. Nice. and destroying everything. It's great. Love this build. No mana. Oh wait, I don't need mana flasks. Oh, we can just start looking for defensive flasks. This is great. Where's a dude with his thing though? Down here? Have I missed it completely? Let's play clear the whole map. There he is. Vol. Die, idiot.
Thaumaturgy just keeps getting the better of you, doesn't it, Vol?
It's pretty strong now, Akka. At the start we had like no damage. None, and it was so bad.
Ooh, look at that.
Now it's doing stuff and feels good. It's amazing what a few extra sockets do, right?
Yes.
You may as well start putting stuff up here, so I don't need that. I'm not going to essence that. It's not the greatest. We'll get our probably just focus on the actual immunity things. And Nico.
This'll do nicely, Exile. Ah, this is welcome.
I won't go to the mine encampment just yet, but I like doing the early one early. Just getting it out of the way and building up some capacity for the ore. The other one was down here.
This'll do nicely, Exile.
Oh, I'm glad that'll do nicely. Oh, frozen. Oh. I have a chill immune flask. Mine's 2.
I think it likes me.
Yep. Oh, hello. Oh, it's 5 socket, not 5 link. That would have been good. I don't think I'll try to.
There's so many more trapped spirits in this place. I can feel them.
Hacks. Well, it's only 5 sockets. It's not like it's a 5 link. And even if it's a 5 link, it's like, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but it's not like it's a 6 link.
Our crop is ready. Return to the garden.
I mean, I already had a tab by this time last league. that felt hacksy, but, you know, it clearly wasn't. Is there a thing in here?
Don't be frightened.
Oh, that's in the second lot of
It will
acts.
be over soon.
You had 3 tabs? I ended up getting a second one. I can't remember how I got the second one. The first one dropped as a tab. The second one dropped as something else.
Our garden swells with life.
It wasn't through card. I think it was a single card that gave it. This was something else. Don't know. I ended up with 2, but one just dropped. And the other was, yeah, some way that I didn't know you could get it. Man. Where's the door? I want to leave. Is it Diala? Here we go.
Ta-ta, not a cockroach.
Ta-ta. Alright, Durso. You farmed cards on Aqueduct? Yeah, I've done that in a couple leagues. One of the leagues I didn't need to because the 4 link was strong enough. And obviously 6 is stronger, but strong enough is strong enough, right?
Too much clutter.
And then other ones where I've had 5 links drop, they've often been enough. I don't mind doing the tab farm though, because I find then you have usually by doing that in Blood Aqueducts, you get a lot of map pieces and stuff. So it makes the like your early mapping really easy. You know, and you end up a lot of other currencies and things. So you can just put the modifiers on maps. It's not burning currency because you've got so much, but it kind of is. But I think it's like it's a good investment.
Too much clutter.
But if you don't have that, and you do get to early mapping quicker, I guess. So these more. Look at that. Speaking of currencies. Oh, the mana cost. Yeah, so the spells, they get more efficient though. So even though they cost more, they should, if they're set up properly, they do a lot more for the cost. So you don't need to use as many spells. That's the idea, I guess.
Too much clutter.
Yet but cool any stinking flock were simply an audition. Let us see how you fare in the grand arena of Theopolis.
You're definitely doing it wrong. Nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it wrong all the time.
Welcome to the grand arena of Theopolis. It is here that I first laid eyes on.
Deshret has ascended and returned.
I probably don't need to identify the stuff I'm just using as crimes. I'm not going to try and roll that. Oh, actually. Mana energy to increase mana. Oh, it's cold. Not cold. Too much cold. I'm sure these are dead to me now. What kind of game is Path of Exile? It's a spiritual successor to Diablo 2. The devs made it. I don't know. They get it out. It come out before Diablo 3, or very close to it, I think. So it's a action. It's like a isometric action RPG looter fest. Every 3 months they bring out a new sort of core mechanic to add some freshness to it. So you play through. The story's quite quick. Well, depending on how you play, I guess. And then there's like endgame grinding. Like it's a loot grinder at the end, like bosses and stuff. And oh man, Einhar.
Off you go, little beast. Away.
Ooh, what's that? Come on, Einhar, let's get out of here. Einhar, I want to go. And it's free to play, so if you've got some time and you like this sort of rubbish, well, I say rubbish in an endearing manner, because I love it. I just wish I had more time to play it. So every now and then I get some sneaky time that I can get in a little pre-stream action. Shenanigans would be better than rubbish. Yeah, like these sort of shenanigans. Come here. Get him on, huh?
Off you go, little beast! Away!
It does have a skill tree that is somewhat daunting. But you know, you wouldn't be expected to know all that stuff. And I think that it puts off a lot of people, but to be honest, you just, like, I follow a guide. I think, well, pretty much, there's a lot of players that sort of wing it, but if you can sort of have a feel for it, cool. If not, use a build guide. Have a strong build with lots of DPS. Win. Yeah, none of the skill tree is active skills. Those are all passive numbers. Like on a base level, like increased intellect, dexterity, and strength, increased health, damage resistance, damage modifiers. Like, I'll have a quick look at it when I beat Duresso.
A king of swords is nothing if he cannot defend his crown.
Duresso, why aren't you dying? It says vulnerable to lightning, but he doesn't seem to be dying to lightning.
I'm sorry to have to break this to you, Duresso, but she's not real.
So what's the next one? I'm going to put a point in. Oh, I've got to check my guide. Check your build guide, Panz. Oh, we're building all the way around to spiritual aid. Okay. So this one... This has got minion stuff. I don't have minions per se, but I have a spell that's in there, passive in there somewhere, that converts minion stuff to me. So increased damage and accuracy. What's that one? Global accuracy. There we go. I wonder which one that is. They're passive that need a trigger, like take damage from fire to get damage reduction for X seconds. Well, I don't think there's something exactly like that. But I think there are passives that do trigger when stuff happens. I think those are related to the spells. Like, one of them is that the first ability you do to someone, they become immune to it, but then they become vulnerable to the other ones out of the fire, lightning, cold. There's also, like, so these are the active skills. Well, except I don't have a lot of active skills. These are a lot of supports. Like, so I'm only using 3. I've got Ball Lightning. Oh, that's Wave of Conviction. What's on up here? Arc and Ball Lightning. And they've got modifier gems that sort of change them up a little bit. Except I've got them all linked to their own Spellslinger gem. So when I use my wand, it casts all 3 for me and applies all the modifiers for each of them. And because it's a wand, it doesn't take any mana. Their superpower for the everyday bloke is the lack of physical and mental need of rest or sleep. Yeah.
Yes.
And you have more time, right? Wheel of the Storm Sail. Alright, let's put that in the... Put that in my stash.
You will be remembered.
Oh, I should have sold that. Oh, 34 life? I've got 34 life. For like 30 shield. Oh, that's way better.
What is it, Exile?
Is the shield not good? I don't know. Let's get back out there.
Needed.
It just looks funny. I'm going for fire. Oh. It's a ship steering wheel, yeah. Oh, resistance look good.
So this is what the inside of a Karui king's head looks like. I hope they're not all like this.
Yeah, so every 3 months I pick a character and a build somewhere and follow it through and check out the new mechanic, play through the story, and then do a little bit of the end game. And that's usually about it. I wouldn't mind doing more of the end game, but it's just a time thing. But I suppose at some stage I'll get around to... I definitely want to start like setting goals though. Like I want to kill this boss this league or this other boss this league, or I don't even know what a lot of the bosses are. Oh, don't go back for loot wins. Oh, I went back and didn't even get it. You have memories of this place? The unique totem was utterly unbalanced back then. Wait. I can tell when I'm playing a strong build because I normally struggle through this place. Duresso's one that we were at last time was okay, is normally okay. This one normally holds me up a bit. We seem to be powering through, so... I'm not going to go do the Farmville yet. No fat rewards. Rude. There you go. What is the ability that I think it's... Is it this one? Up in the thing? Minion steal, minion damage. I remember hearing what it was at one stage, and I can't remember what it is now. But it's the ability that makes your minion stuff affect you. Why is that one flashing? It has Dominion in the name? Oh, Dominion. I guess one of the issues when you follow a guide blindly, not understanding why. Sometimes you gotta just have faith, though. They're all minion nodes. Not sure. Chroma or Crit would know. That's way. This way? Look at those seeds.
To the grove, Exile. A harvest awaits.
TWL, aren't you supposed to be doing chores? I mean, I don't want to shoot you. Oh, you're done. Nice. Wait, it took like 10 minutes. Watching Panz is the chore? Man, that's cruel and unusual punishment, right? Like that's or workplace health and safety issues. Should speak to your union representative about that. I would put up with that rubbish. Oh wait, you may. Never mind. Oh, it's just the dish machine? I made a comment a while back of saying I wish I had a dish machine. And my wife looked at me and she goes, "Ha, I've got one." Yeah, she's quite the comedian. Alright, dude, let's go. Let's dance, you and I. Okay. Build strong. Build strong. Yeah, multi-purpose dishwasher.
What do you need now?
Oh. Ooh, bubbling. Bubbling of reflexes? I mean, it's still better, I think. I guess. I'll take that one instead. Oh, I do have freeze and chill. I thought I didn't have a freeze and chill. I can't move stuff.
May fear guide you.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Other stuff.
May fear guide you.
Cooks and cares for kids too, yeah. That's a me. I love it when you get to this part of the game and like gear's kind of sorted and you're now only looking for very specific stuff. And you can just sort of follow the quest, kill everything and move on.
Num nums.
That's right, this place.
It's not every day you get to walk into a living, breathing nightmare.
Kind of pity Diallo on some level. Yeah. I can see that. That sort of isolated existence of loneliness, looking down at everyone. And then you're like, ah, you know what, let me just go shower in my monies.
Gather them quickly. A harvest is ready.
Yeah, when you sit upon a throne of no empire, not really the best situation to be in. But yet also not fallen. Allies can't die as cheat.
Our garden swells with life force. Come.
Oh, a sacred grove is fully. Really? No. Oh, that's not full. Alright, were you dumb? Let's go do something dumb. Here we go. Yeah, fully grown, not fully seeded. Feels cheap, man. I can't pick all this up. Oh, what's next? Where are we going to next? Quick recovery, or I can head up over towards Lord of the Dead. Life is good. What are these nodes? Yeah, the purity of flesh is good, I guess. Let's take these ones up here. Why did the seeds turn into monsters? Well, it's not exactly like Humble. I don't know what jewels I need. Man, I have to start looking out for proper jewels. Intelligent, increase lightning damage, increase damage with wands. That's one I want, and I want to use it. Let's just gem it up. Stop it. Condense the life force.
Not too different from burying the dead, is it?
No, no, no. It's quite different than burying the dead. It's a lot different than burying the dead. Yeah, especially when the dead pop up at the end and then die again. Alright, party, let's go again.
Be happy for me, sister. It's not often we get to erase our failures. Mistakes can be our greatest achievements.
Silly party.
It seems I've underestimated piety. Good. I like surprises.
No, I don't think we underestimated Party. She was still really weak. I underestimated her character. Yeah, okay, I get you. I get you. I see what you saying. The black core. I need to go into the from the bowels through the. I guess that's an A.
Won't grow out here, Exile.
Good, because I've seen what happens when they grow somewhere else.
A body to kill for. Open up. You're the greatest form I never sculpted.
I hate to be critical, but I've seen better.
No. That doesn't sound very pleasant. What's up, Dodra? One of these is
Poetry.
bubbling.
We witches have to have some standards.
Witches comments are the best in the character games, yeah. So, TW, are you going to rejoin the ranks of the too much looting when PoE 2 comes out? That's going to have it's going to have such a huge game launch, hey.
I shall preserve your beauty for eternity.
After Brutus, I'm glad I won't be seeing any more of your work.
Maybe. You're like, I don't think so. Maybe.
You've come such a long ways.
Open up, I'm going in. What do you reckon they were called before Diablo?
I have been expecting you, witch. You and I are about to create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Will you go to bed now, little girl? Or do I need to tuck you in?
Now, Exile! Now, Exile!
Oh! Rip Panz.
When I'm ready and not.
I was just standing there tanking it because I thought I was a boss. That was so close to the end as well. Which is why I was standing there tanking it, and I couldn't beat him.
Now, let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare. I gave my life. Nightmare gave me so much more. Accept the gift of immortality. Nightmare is the true eternal. Why are you so in love with death?
Was Diablo the first time? I don't know. I'm trying to think back then.
Poor Malachi. You were so frightened of death, weren't you? Now the two of you can get better acquainted.
I mean,
It's really not so bad once you get to know it.
it really is just a more advanced version of rogues, right? Especially if you play on hardcore. I saw someone the other day. They were having the basic discussion of roguelike versus roguelite, which for older gamers, or most older gamers, you just don't care. Like they're roguish,
What
rogue
cannot be
somethings.
understood. Yes.
And someone's like, "Oh, it's got to have ASCII, otherwise it's not a true roguelike." It's like, what? That's just the art style. That's got, you know, that'd be like saying it's got to be 8-bit colors or it's just not a true 2D platformer. Like, no, that's got nothing to do with it. Just because Rogue was ASCII art and a couple others were, that was just what the technology allowed for at the time for like solo-ish game development. But it's not so, it is actually a like something that comes up in a decent amount of the arguments of what's what and what's not what. To you, roguelikes are like Adam or Sots, and the Pit roguelites are like FTL? It depends what sort of elements. Like someone was, like I heard someone was saying like, progression is definitely to me feels more light, but it depends what type of progression. You know, like, I would say sitting down with a deck of cards and playing a game of solitaire could be a roguelike. You know, it's that format. It's hardcore, it's permadeath. You got to get to the goal is to get to the end, and when you do it, you try again. Yeah, cross-run progression. To me, puts it in the light sort of category.
You will be remembered.
But then some people say, like, unlocking cards in Slay the Spire makes it roguelite. And it's like, well, not really, because once everything's unlocked, that's the same as just having it open from the start. To me, the cross progression is carrying stuff over from the previous one to the next one. So, like, Into the Breach, where you could use a fully leveled character in the next game, versus, you know, starting scratch brand new every time. But there's a lot of other things that, you know, and it's why it's such it's probably one of the weirdest genres that we define, because of the
it's obvious to everyone now.
Fate awaits.
You know, anything that gets random generation gets put as roguelike or like in some way.
Which?
I think the journey, like the randomness of the journey, and not just like in games like this, it's just the loot.
What?
And the way to get there, like especially the maps are. I mean, the individual maps have that sort of scatteredness to them, but there's only so many, so it's not really random. Like the maps aren't completely randomly generated, and even if they were, you still have that. Yeah, it's not quite the same. Yeah, so people call Dead Cells a roguelike because there's weapons that you unlock and upgrade. And it's interesting because once everything's unlocked, or if you just unlock the save file so it's 100%, what's the difference between a game that let's say we've got the Dead Cells we know, and let's go into an alternate universe where Dead Cells is released and all the things you can unlock are just unlocked from the start and there's no unlockables. Does that make them different genres of games? Or subgenres? One's a roguelite, one's a roguelike? It's the same game. You know, so I that's generally my argument for not using that one in as a way of defining it. I don't think I want any of these, so it's weird, yeah.
The gate is open.
Who subbed you? Someone like 4 days ago.
I was right to have faith
Chromo,
in you,
Chromo, I need your Path of Exile expertise. I remember hearing why, but I can't remember and I can't find it. I don't have minions, but I'm taking minion increased stuff, a lot of it, because there's something else that transfers over to that. And which I probably should have already. And if I don't, why don't I have it? You have much idea about that as large head drunk. Okay, fine. Thanks for the help. Jerk. Chromo's a jerk, confirmed.
Welcome, Exile. Welcome.
You are being honest. I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember Ziz was saying it in when someone asked him about it, and it's in the guide, and it's like, you do this because of this and this. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to remember that, so I'm just going to do it. Blindly following guides because the DPS is insane, and the survivability is pretty good if I was playing a bit better. Am I going to die here?
This.
Nico, I just want to increase my capacity. Don't want anything fancy. Let me get Path of Slay the Spire going in a sec. You got a nice board game to play with son? What's it called? I made waffle dough with my daughter today. Gonna rest in the fridge overnight. Waffle dough, not a batter. So it's more of a donut that you put in a waffle maker. Yeah, and we made pearl sugar, so we'll put that in it tomorrow when we stretch it out. Is donut or donut? It donut matter. Pearl sugar. You can buy it. Pearl. No, with an A in it. Like pearls. They look like pearls, yeah. Surprise, surprise. Oh, Teeterville, look at all the loot. Donort. Yeah, the Donort. Now pick it all up. No. I'm leaving it. Even the ones with the big stuff. Leading the Queen's Navy to victory, the Donort, yeah.
Beauty. Goodbye.
What does he want me to do? Craft flares and dynamite. Okay.
Heart's little pair of sticks.
Is that it? Use dynamite on a fractured wall. I'll never find it.
Welcome.
You waste of loot, you. Yeah, they weren't good enough to be picked up.
Stay in the light, Exile.
Oh, and it's supposed to take a jewel socket. So I can put my crappy but okay jewel in there. How much stuff do I need to get more stuff? I need 15 to upgrade. Oh. I had 15, we could have done that. I would never be doing this, but it's nice feeling confident enough to delve it as soon as you get here. Good build's good. I reckon I could play just Delve if it was a game on its own, where you went around and got loot and delved. What's the risk I'm not on hardcore? Yeah, but I still don't want to die. Like, I was disappointed when I died before, but, you know, like I said, I'm not on hardcore. I recognise that I was being greedy just standing there going toe for toe. Toe-to-toe with him. But I wasn't moving because he was so close to death, and I'm like, oh, if I just get another hit in... No, he got that hit in. But I've only died twice, so I'm happy with that. Now, how much stuff did we get? 22. Good. Hit that button, I can carry more stuff. We are out of here. Thanks, Nico. Best NPC ever. Oh, the fact that you can, like, blink around in here is so good. So not actually in Act 5 yet. It's kind of interesting. Does Act 5 start out here, or when you get back to Oriath?
Ready, exile? It is time to hunt! You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor.
A pub owner installed an electric fence to enforce social distancing.
I will take it.
Wait, what? To stop people from going to the pub? Sounds a bit bad for business.
Bounty and bring it to the grove.
Oh, I see. Keep people getting too close to the cashier. Yeah, I gotcha. What did, That's a good idea. You know, someone's going to go do something stupid to get themselves injured just so they can whinge on social media about that. And everyone will be, well, maybe you shouldn't have done the stupid thing. And they'll be like, no, my rights. I've got rights. You have the right to remain stupid. Anything you say and do will make you look like an idiot, because you are. Now, if you'll come this way, we've got an island with all of people of similar kind who would like you to infect each other. You've seen people duck under plastic screens that are there to protect cashiers just so they can get closer. Oh man, people are... Oh, okay, so this is where it starts. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Oh, what a great pre-stream.